Even more interesting, the first time I asked him what he hoped for earlier in the interview, his answer had absolutely nothing to do with Stacey. He said he hoped some sort of new law would spring him out of prison, like magic, I guess. But Drew Peterson has an ugly history with all of his wives, and again, he has had 4 of them. There is a documented pattern of abuse and affairs, including a span of 2 years where police came to his home 18 different times for domestic disturbances. His 3rd wife, Kathleen, even had an order of protection from the courts. But here's how Peterson explains all that away. So I've heard a few complaints from you about people not wanting to listen to you. You're feeling forgotten.
Right.
I'm here to give you that opportunity to get up on the stand and tell me your story. Tell me why it is that the jury got it wrong the last time round and what you would say on the stand in a new trial.
I think the jury got caught up in the media. And the more I said, no, I didn't do it, I could have stomped my feet and yelled, but very calm, I said, I didn't do it. They don't want to listen. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody believes you. So it's just like, okay.
How would you refute the evidence if you were on the stand today?
Well, I'd like to see it analyzed better. And it's like a case I thought was coincidental. You know, just, she died, we were having marital problems, so it's just like, I've heard a lot of things said like, oh, why didn't he kill the first 2 wives? You know, why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? And it's just like they're hell-bent on wanting to believe. People want to believe a cop's bad. It's juicier. It's got, I don't know, juice to it. You know what I'm saying?
How do you answer to the fact that there was infidelity from one wife to the next wife to the next wife to the 4th wife?
Yes.
How do you answer to that not being problematic?
I was a whore. That's all I can say. I mean, I enjoyed women. I enjoyed young women. And I went out with a lot of women. And was I unfaithful in my marriages? Yes. Am I proud of that? No. It just, what came up, how it was.
Did you have a sexual relationship with Stacey when you met her?
Yes.
Right away?
Pretty quick.
She was 16.
She was 17.
You met her at 16.
My knowledge, my relationship with her didn't start till after she was 17. And that's legal.
The other problematic issue is that you were alleged to have abused almost all of your wives. There were, I think, 18 domestic disturbances in the span of about 2 years. How do you answer to that?
Yeah, a domestic disturbance doesn't mean you were abusing somebody. It means you were having a confrontation and it got out of hand. They were yelling and screaming and somebody called the police. So some of my wives were very combative. So it's just like, I don't want to say they didn't want to put up with my bullshit, but they didn't want to put up with my bullshit.
Your wives were the only ones combative?
In my home relationships?
You said some of my wives were combative. Were you combative?
No, I was just very arrogant with my confrontations with them. I wouldn't fight if I always remained calm.
So were these domestic disturbances, 18 of them, all your wives' faults?
Well, they're the ones that probably called. I wouldn't call the police.
Was the disturbance the fault of your wives only, not you?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. But that's,
all 18?
Well, that's my point of it. Everybody's got a different point of view of, 2 people fight. You're going to have 2 points of view of how it started and who's at fault.
But 18?
Okay.
That's a lot.
Sure.
Does it sound reasonable to you to suggest that all 18 were someone else's fault?
No, it doesn't.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.